Hello everyone and thank you for watching. Is there a time in your life where you beat yourself down because you felt as if you are not worthy of anything? A time when you're full of guilt, regrets, shame, worries, hatred? A time when you're playing the victim mindset? Well, welcome to the club. So the question is, how do you get out of that state when you're sabotaging your own glory? In my last video, I talked about life teaching us lessons. Whatever you're going through right now is a lesson for you to be a better and stronger person. In this video, I am going to share with you the steps I did to healing. But before I do, let me share first my struggles. There was a time in my life where I beat myself down and blamed people for my miseries and my own sins. Someone I love hurt me and betrayed my trust. I was so consumed with anger, confused with my value, and scared for the future. For years, I was harboring the pain. The anger turned into self-blame. The feeling of, I'm not good enough, I'm worthless, it was all my fault. I suffered depression and anxiety for years, and after countless visits to a counselor and years of Prozac and clonazepams, I was still the same damaged person. Yes, the medication helped with the scare panic attacks, don't get me wrong, but it didn't heal me inside. I was still the same confused, hurt, crushed to the core person who had no clue how to get out of that misery. I wasted years blaming people and letting pain take over my life. I was vengeful instead of forgiving, reckless in my decisions instead of deliberating. My mind said, I forgave, but my heart said, no, that's full. You didn't. Do you know how hard it is to live a life like that? You are carrying this weight in your heart every day. I was well alive on the outside, but dead on the inside. I was drowned in the ocean of negativity, totally lost in life. And that's the worst way to live. Sounds familiar? So stick around and we'll get through our struggles together. So how did I get out of that deep dark hole I was in? Before I share what I did to get back on my feet and claim my glory, I would first share with you what not to do when you are in that situation. Do not ever do anything that is negative and destructive. You can never get through negativity with more negativity. I did that and it backfired on me, and I was feeling worse than ever before. Looking back, I wish I had a confidant and mentor who gave me wise advice, but I didn't. I used to have regrets over it, but now I don't. I am full of gratitude for the life's awakening. I look at my past as my important life lessons, a blessing of wisdom, one that I can share to all the people who are struggling and going through the same things. So here are the things I did to turn my life around from being unhappy and unforgiving to a happy, forgiving, inspired, hopeful, grateful person that I am now. 1. I decided to end my misery. My path to healing started with a mindset to end my misery. I was tired of countless trips to the emergency room for my panic attacks. I was tired of my life being so unhappy, full of worries, and having very low self-esteem. I started assessing and acknowledging how I felt, and I knew that to start feeling worthy again, I need to do something that gives me a sense of value. So I decided to go back to work. 2. I went back to work. I felt guilty every time I spent something for myself that was a little over $100. Every time my husband complains about our bills, I feel ashamed. I always feel like I have contributed nothing, and it's an awful feeling. I knew that if I go back to work, it will erase that feeling of not contributing financially. You know, women should not feel this way though. We raise our children, and that there is more than a full-time job. We hold our household together, and that there is a great responsibility. But somehow I felt guilt of having no financial contribution. So I went back to work. 3. I decided to stop taking my medication. Let me warn you though, please consult with your doctor if you want to try doing this. You're supposed to slowly wean yourself from those medications before stopping completely, but I did quit abruptly. My drive to healing was strong, and living in the city and working again gave me a sense of hope and a sense of value. It gave me pride and something to look forward to. It was a great shift of emotions. My self esteem was slowly coming back. 3. I forgave myself. I did things that I was not proud of. That's why I said to never respond with negativity to get over negativity. It never works. You're going to feel worse than you ever felt before, drowning yourself even more. Even after going back to work and I found a sense of purpose, my heart was still full of hatred. I was still unhappy and confused. I still could not get over the pain that I was harboring for years. It is so critical in our life to take a step back and reflect the consequences of the things you are about to do, especially when you are in the state of confusion and hurt. I was so consumed by hate and I let that feeling control my action instead of me controlling my feelings. The result? I beat myself more. The good thing is, my drive to get out of my misery was strong enough that I was constantly searching a way out. I lost my self-esteem and my self-confidence. In my search for an outlet to get my self-esteem and self-confidence back, I resorted to pageantry. Yes, I joined the Mrs. Wisconsin America pageant, and it was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. Through pageantry, I found a person who I called my life coach. She is a woman of faith and she touched my life. God loves me very much and forgives me. So I forgave myself. That was a game changer. I let go of my past and look at it as life lessons, a blessing, a wisdom I could share with other people. I made amends to my past, comforted my broken soul that it was all okay, and that I was just human. I cannot undo the past, but I can redeem myself in a way that benefits me, my family, and the world. There is still so much to life and so many things I could do to impact other people's lives. I cried in gratitude because for the first time in a long time, my old self was back. God planted a dream in my heart and it's up to me to reach it, to claim my glory. I became full of life, full of inspirations, and super excited for the future. And when you start playing the player mindset, that's when things turn around in your favor. I won my first ever pageant. I am the Mrs. Wisconsin America 2020 and is competing for the Mrs. America title in March. I don't know what the future brings, but I am confident that I will never go back to the way I was because now I have a routine that I practice to stay positive and live a life of gratitude. 4. I forgave everyone else. I forgive everyone that hurt me. Yes, it is still hard up to these days to talk about it, and I still feel sadness whenever it is brought up to my attention. But it's a lot better now. And it's all because I changed the way I look at the past. I look at it now as all life lessons. Like Tony Robbins said, life happens for you. I am now lighthearted, much happier, and baggage-free. And it all started with a mindset to get out of my misery. God will lead you the way. All you need is that very first step to decide that you have enough of your sufferings and that you are ready to cross over to the beautiful prairie of endless bliss. 4. I read and listen to self-development and motivational books. Inspirational and motivational books gave me inner fire. It made me more motivated to achieve my goals and follow my dreams. It is like a nudge from my heroes that I am doing the right thing and that I am exactly where I am today. Here are some of my favorites. Girl, Wash Your Face and Girl, Stop Apologizing by Rachel Hollis. The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. The Awakened Woman by Dr. Tara Trent. Everything is Figureoutable by Marie Forleo. The 5 A.M. Club by Robin Sharma. Eat, Pray, Love, and the Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. I'm also listening and participating in Tony Robbins trainings And so feed your brain with positivity and your life will change dramatically. 5. I train my brain to focus on the positive side of life. No matter how hard you think your situation is, I can guarantee you that someone out there is struggling more than you do. I came from a place where people don't even believe they have a chance of a good life. I've seen and experienced extreme poverty. Looking back, I feel so blessed to have overcome great hurdles. So now I say my gratitude every day. When I wake up in the morning at 5 a.m., I sit in silence because I'm still in the process of learning meditation. I then write the things I am grateful for, no matter how little. Then I write down the things I want to be in the future as if I already have them. I learn all this from those books I listen to or read. Everywhere I go, I give thanks for the tiniest of things. I'm thankful for the sunshine, for my warm house, for the beautiful trees, for the birds. Every time I get in my car, I am so thankful because where I came from, we did not even have roads. I'm thankful for the running water in my house because I grew up fetching water like from a well about a kilometer away. Train your brain to focus on the positive side of life, and I promise you become happier. 6. I set goals and religiously attain each one. Results give more motivation. I set goals and I wrote them on a whiteboard and hang it in my office so I can see them every day. Once in 2 months, I make an assessment as to where I am currently to make sure I stay on track. Trust me. When you start checking off a goal for that year, you'll feel more motivated to hit more milestones that ultimately lead you to reaching all of your goals. 7. I serve others. There is joy in giving and serving others. This is probably something a lot of people would frown about, but I challenge you to try it. When you start giving and do something good for other people, you begin feeling good about yourself. You begin to realize how lucky you are too. So share your blessings and your resources, and I promise you, you're on your way to healing. I ignore small talks. Okay, number 8, I ignore small talks and gossips. There's always going to be people who are not happy with your achievements and would think of you in a negative way. Listen to feedback and analyze if it applies to your life or not. Like my coach said, if it applies, modify. If it doesn't, let it fly. Surround yourself with uplifting people, the ones who are happy with your achievements and smack you in the head when your head gets big. Judgmental people will judge you no matter how successful and how great of a person you are. You do not want them in your life anyway. Feedbacks are good. They help you keep your feet on the ground and to keep your ego in check. Ignore small talks and gossips. Embrace constructive criticism. 9. I do whatever makes me happy. One of the books I enjoyed so much reading was The Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. Enjoying my creativity and natural talent is now part of my daily living. This is how I live life joyfully. I now explore new things, constantly testing my capacities and doing little things that are fun. I don't take life too seriously anymore. I started pole fitness this year just to see if I can do it. And I just started a career in real estate too. And I can't wait after my Mrs. America pageant to really start rolling up my sleeves and dig into the real estate business. After my pageant, I am going to do drum lessons. Yeah, you hear a drum lesson for a nearly 40-year-old woman here. Because why not? I will be that cool 50-year-old mommy hanging out with my kids' friends, rocking the drum. I will also sign up for a vocal lesson this year. Yes. And I am doing all this not because I want to make money from my creativity and my talents, but because I know I will have so much fun doing it. And if I find accidental success with all this, then it's even better. So here you go, my dear. Start rising up today and be grateful for each day in your life. For as long as you're breathing, redemption is always at your reach. It's up to you to grab it and give yourself a second chance in life because you deserve it. Take control of what you can control: your emotions, your plans and goals, your choices, the people you hang out with, the kind of life you want for your life. Pay attention to what you cannot control and react accordingly. You cannot control what people think of you. You cannot control how others treat you. You can't control Mother Nature and you can't predict the future. But you have always total control of how you respond to life circumstances. Live courageously and have a strong faith in your heart. I know that it's easier said than done, but with constant practice of training your brain and feeding it with positivity, you can achieve inner peace and happiness. Thank you so much, and remember, create your dream life. Bye!